This episode is brought to you by Experian. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use, but can't find the time or energy to cancel them? Experian could cancel unwanted subscriptions for you, saving you an average of $270 per year and plenty of time. Download the Experian app. Results will vary. Not all subscriptions are eligible. Savings are not guaranteed. Paid membership with connected payment account required.
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, she'll do anything to be famous.
I'll sit here naked. That's what you wanted me to do.
No, it's okay.
But diva behavior
I'm sweating. I need makeup. I can't continue.
doesn't cut it with Dr. Phil.
She wanted me to stop the show so she could get her makeup done.
And speaking of divas, Josie is back.
The comments that you made are racist.
I know that you think it's a little bit sensitive because your kids are half Asian.
You can work more insults into a sentence than just about anybody I know. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If it matters to you, that's what I want to talk about. Are we ready in the booth? Let's do it. Okay. We're going to be a bit spontaneous today. We're going to put all of the female audience members right on the spot. Okay, everybody have a seat, reach under your chair, and grab your pageant gadgets. Because you guessed it, it's pop quiz time. All right, here we go. Question number 1. What will take a person further in life? Beauty or intelligence? Press 1 for beauty, press 2 for intelligence, and really put what you think is true. All right, let's look at the answers. 74% say intelligence. Interesting. All right, question number 2. Have you ever played down your smarts with a man in your life so you didn't appear intimidating? And the answer is... 44% yes, 56% no. You think we're that delicate? I mean, come on. All right, interesting responses, because today's show, we are asking the burning question, do women place more importance on looks and beauty than how intelligent they are? Now, my first guest, Tiffany, says, in her words, looking perfect is #1 priority, and there's nothing wrong with women dumbing it down to get what they want from men. Take a look.
I'm obsessed with looking perfect and becoming famous. I have the total package. I'm good looking, tall, curvy, voluptuous. I have star quality. Definitely too big for the small city that I'm in. People are looking at me like I'm already a celebrity. Being superficial and being bitchy are 2 of my best qualities. My saying is beauty over books. Being beautiful is more important than being smart. I spend thousands of dollars a month maintaining my image. Maintaining my image is more important than paying the electric bills. We can always have candles. Plastic surgery is a better investment than obtaining my college degree. I've had gastric bypass, rhinoplasty, lip injection, Botox. I want a mini facelift, another nose job, tummy tuck, liposuction, veneers, a Brazilian butt lift. There's no extreme that I wouldn't take to have Kim Kardashian's body. I would sell my soul to the devil to be on a reality show. I tell my sister all the time that you can make millions of dollars being a celebrity or reality star. You can never make that type of money going to college and getting your degree. I don't see anything wrong with women dumbing themselves down if it's going to advance their career. Anyone that would call me superficial and bitchy, I would tell them to sit down, shut up, pick up a tabloid. There are reality stars all over it. If Dr. Phil told me to walk down Hollywood Boulevard naked to get a reality show, I wouldn't think twice about doing it.
Wouldn't think twice.
I wouldn't.
You'd walk right down Hollywood Boulevard naked.
I'll sit here naked.
If
that's what you wanted me to do, absolutely.
No, it's okay. But I appreciate the offer. So you say that you are obsessed with your appearance. We had a pageant gadget question that we just asked the audience, and you think you put all your money on looks and beauty.
Absolutely.
Are you intelligent?
I am, but I'm good looking as well. That's my #1 priority.
Why does it have to be either or?
Because, I mean, you can be both, but looking good, I'd rather look good than have my MBA. I think I get further in life looking good than going to college.
You said you are superficial and that you would sell your soul to the devil.
Superficial and bitchy.
And bitchy. Well, I was trying to be nice.
It's okay.
All right.
Let's be
And
real.
you said you would
Be real.
sell your soul to the devil to be a reality star, be famous, be rich. What's the fascination with that?
They're everywhere. Celebrities, reality stars, number one. Reality stars are on all the magazines. They're doing commercials. They're doing endorsements. You'd rather be a reality star than a A-list actor. People want to look at good-looking people.
And you're good looking.
Absolutely.
So
Would you all agree?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Thank you. They must, I understand looking out in the audience, so.
What?
I understand why I'm getting claps from over here and maybe not.
What, help me understand.
I mean, it just seems like it's the senior citizen show. That's all.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously? Okay, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. These are senior citizens? The average age here has got to be 25. Are you kidding me? 21. 22. Look at these guys over.
I never said you didn't, honey.
So you're a senior citizen now. Do you get that? So, well,
It looks like about
Okay, thank you.
85% of the audience are senior citizens. So, I mean, at least they're here and can enjoy me.
Tiffany's sister Sonia says she needs to step out of her fantasy world and into her own reality. And that doesn't mean reality TV. Let's hear from her.
My sister Tiffany is crazy. She would rather be beautiful and dumb than ugly and smart. I am adamantly against her living in this fantasy world. She walks around like she's already famous. She needs to take it down a notch. I think it's crazy that Tiffany would drop anything at a drop of a dime to be a famous person on a reality show. Simply insane. Tiffany is making dumb choices. She would spend her last penny on plastic surgery versus a loan for her education.
I want to get these procedures done to enhance the way I look, to make myself more marketable, to be a reality star.
To me, that seems like you're insecure.
Don't shoot down my dream.
Tiffany should suck it up and just accept the fact that she is a married mother of 3 in a small town who lives really far away from Hollywood.
Okay, so
Can
Sonia,
we, no, wait.
you're
Can we
what?
stop? I'm sweating. I need makeup.
You'll
Can we
be
just,
fine.
no.
Okay, so you think she's
Dr.
already
Phil.
a diva?
Yeah, she's already a diva. She's already a
I
diva.
can't continue. I'm like, really?
Okay, you can't continue?
No, not right now.
Okay,
I
well
need
then we're
makeup.
just going to move on without you. When we come back, we're going to talk to Lisa Bloom about a book that will make you think. We'll be right back.
Can you name a Kardashian?
Kim, Chloe, Courtney, Kendall, Kylie, Chris, Bruce, and that's it.
How many women can you name who are currently in Congress? Go.
And later, you don't want smarts.
Well, I do find a smart woman absolutely beautiful, but what is the first impression? Most men are visual. I am absolutely visual. So we like a beautiful woman to present herself with her beauty first, and that is the calling card to attract us to find out how intelligent she is after that.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. They're called Ride or Die Women.
They would do anything for their man, no matter what.
Claude has cheated on me about 10 times.
She won't walk away.
I would like for him to stop, but if I have to put up with it, then I will.
Well, then he won't stop.
I can walk off the stage right now.
Have at it. Do you think you deserve better?
No.
Well, that's the heart of the whole thing, right?
That's tomorrow.
Okay, well, I just had a guest on that, according to her sister, is already entitled, catty, rude, bitchy, just very diva-like, and has an entitled attitude. True, Sonia?
That is very true.
Okay, and her name is Tiffany. I just had her here, and she wanted me to stop the show so she could get her makeup done. She said, I just can't continue. So I said, thank you for coming, and goodbye. So she's gone, so we'll move on. What do you think about her attitude?
Her attitude is disgusting. I mean, she thinks she's better than people. It comes a time in life when you just need to grow up and accept responsibility and stop living in a fantasy world.
Yeah. And you say she already walks around like she's famous.
She's already walks around like she's famous. I mean, just in the dressing room, she wanted me to go down and get her dresses and actually lotion up her legs for her.
Lotion up her legs. Okay. Now, joining the conversation is attorney Lisa Bloom. Now, she is a CBS News legal analyst and a first-time author. And let me tell you something. The book is Think, Straight Talk for Women to Stay Smart in a Dumbed-Down World. And Lisa, this is a home run.
Thank you,
I am
Dr.
telling
Phil.
you, this book is a home run. I have read it cover to cover, and let me tell you, every woman in America needs to read this book. In fact, I felt so strongly about it, I got a quote right on the front cover. So, I mean, seriously, that's how strong that. You did a great job on this. Are you proud of it?
Thank you. I am. I wrote every word of it. I researched it. I put my heart and soul into it. It took me a year to write it.
But you are the
means the world to
walking,
me.
talking example of the fact that you can have brains and beauty as well. You don't have. It doesn't have to be an either or, right?
Thank you, Dr. Phil. And, you know, here's the truth about...
No, seriously.
Thank you. You know, Tiffany, to me, is a sad person, but there are millions of young American women who are like her. We've all become so deluded by the reality show culture. As an attorney, I've represented a lot of people on reality shows, and let me tell you something. They make very little money, so little that most of them have to have a second job.
Right.
And most of them are very unhappy because the show portrays them in a very negative way to spike the ratings. When the show's done, what do they have? They have nothing left.
Lisa took to the streets of Los Angeles. She went to the farmer's market to gauge the temperature of what women actually know. Take a look.
Hi, Dr. Phil. I'm here at the farmer's market in Los Angeles, and we're going to ask people some questions to see if they know more about pop culture or about the world we live in. Do you think you're pretty knowledgeable about our world and our country?
I would say so, yeah.
Do we have any women on the U.S. Supreme Court?
2.
2. And their names are, go.
Mary and Jane.
Mary and Jane, the famous Supreme Court justices, Mary and Jane. Who could forget them? Okay, next, here we go.
National Air and Science Association?
You're close. You're close.
Something like that?
National Aeronautics.
Okay.
And what's way up there?
Satellite? Space?
Space Administration. How many branches of government do we have here in the United States?
3.
3. Okay, let's name them. Ready? Go.
Democrat.
Republican.
Democrat, Republican, and that would leave one more branch of government.
I don't know.
Can you name a Kardashian?
Kim, Chloe, Courtney, Kylie, Chris, Bruce, and that's it.
How many women can you name who are currently in Congress? Go.
Is Sarah Palin one of them?
No. What does this stand for?
Talk to you later.
Okay, very good. Are you an avid texter?
Yes.
How about this one?
Oh, no. Not that.
Who is this woman?
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. And what does Hillary Clinton do?
She's a senator. Head of Special Forces, isn't it? Something like that? Yeah.
Head of Special Forces. So what did we learn today? Almost everyone can name a whole bunch of Kardashians, but nobody can name even one congressperson. But the good news is everybody wants to be smarter.
Okay, now, this, as we know from broader surveys, this is not rare. This is not unusual. You didn't just go out and find some uninformed people.
No, in fact, some of these young women were college students, professionals. You know, it's funny to look at these tapes, but there are real-world consequences. For example, a lot of people didn't know how many wars we're in or where we're currently sending troops to be engaged in active combat. So not knowing important facts about our world has real-world consequences. It affects not only our own personal lives, but our nation and our world.
Yeah. Well, Lisa's book is Think, Straight Talk for Women to Stay Smart in a Dumbed-Down World, and there's a lot of pressure on all of these images that we're bombarding these girls with. Jessica Sierra is a former American Idol contestant who says she's haunted every day by her experience in the Hollywood spotlight.
I'm Jessica Sierra from American Idol. I was a finalist when Carrie Underwood won. After American Idol, my life kind of spiraled down. I got into the drugs and alcohol, did a celebrity sex tape. I was arrested twice for drug possession and assault with a deadly weapon, and ultimately I ended up in rehab. Now I am 3.5 years clean and sober. I've got 2 beautiful sons, and my life is great. I think that everybody getting into reality TV has this misconception that it's automatically going to boost you to an A-list celebrity, and that is not how it is. You get your 10 minutes of fame and you kind of get forgot about after that. Fame is not all it's cracked up to be.
Okay, Jessica, thanks for being here. So you've been through some really rough spots.
I have. I get it. Like, I get wanting to be famous and be a celebrity and get your face out there and your name out there and all of that stuff, but it's not worth it. I mean, it really isn't. First of all, you don't get paid millions of dollars. I know that for sure.
So there's definitely a dark side to this fame where the machine kind of eats you up.
It does. It sucks you in, and it is hard to get back on your feet. And then the press, I mean, the media love controversy. So the second you do something wrong, that's what they're going to be showing on TV. They're not going to be showing the good things, like, you know, I have a kid or that I'm sober. They don't care. You know, they care that I got arrested. I mean, that's what makes the news. And when you have children and you're a mother and a wife, you need to be at home with your kids and go to school and get a job and do the things that you're supposed to be doing as a woman and a mother.
So you were, at this point, your life is solid and healthy, and you're moving in the right direction.
And I love it. I love every minute of it. I've got my beautiful kids. I'm back in the studio working on an album. I'm speaking out to children about drug addiction and raising awareness. And we're putting together a tour right now for the troops on post-traumatic stress disorder. So my life is great, and I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
So you're using your skills, you're using your ability. And that's what you're talking about.
That's right, and you can see how happy and fulfilled Jessica is as a human being. I mean, she just glows and she smiles because she's using her brain, she's using her inner resources. She's not just selling the outside shell of what she looks like. It really comes from within, and we can see that in you, Jessica.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We got to take a break. Next, we're going to hear from people who are totally divided on what's important, beauty or brains. We'll be right back.
You're gorgeous. So you being gorgeous is going to help you sell your book. That's just the bottom line. For you to totally downplay yourself and then say, I'm going to sell 1 million books, it's just not going to happen.
And later...
My children's father is Asian American, actually.
Oh, so that's why you take so much offense to the comment
I take offense to the comments you make about African Americans. I take offense to the comments you make about Jews. I take offense to the comments you make about Asian Americans.
I find it a little bit insulting when you're putting words into my mouth.
Across this great country, from coast to coast, you've told me about the crossroads we're facing. That's exactly why I wrote We've Got Issues, How You Can Stand Strong for America's Soul and Sanity. This book isn't just a conversation starter. It's a roadmap for standing strong in the face of adversity, for embracing our core values when they're needed most. We're talking about real strategies for real people dealing with real issues, from navigating the complexities of today's polarized world to fortifying our families. And I set forth in the book 10 principles that I think are critical for a healthy society. This is not about politics. I'm not a politician, don't want to be a politician, don't know enough about politics to talk about it. But I talk about every angle of life as we know it, from family and relationships to the burning issues that are shaping our world today. We've got issues, how you can stand strong for America's soul and sanity. And you'll find it anywhere books are sold. It's about time we start addressing what truly matters.
Stop wasting time scrolling through endless clickbait, social media, and emails trying to keep up with the news. Instead, listen to all the news you need in just 10 minutes.
Welcome to The Newsworthy.
The Newsworthy podcast makes it faster, easier and more enjoyable to get unbiased news on the go.
It helps us navigate the news without feeling overwhelmed.
Even when my time is limited.
So much detail and information in 10 minutes.
Listen now by searching The Newsworthy in your podcast app or go to thenewsworthy.com.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Lips and Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Lips and Ads. Go to lipsandads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
All right, let's hear how people weighed in on our looks versus brains debate.
Hi, Dr. Phil, it's London, and I personally think that using your body and beauty to get ahead in life is actually pretty disgusting. Try being smart, try using your brain.
I used to date a lot of women. We do have a natural animal instinct, and attractions first. I mean, that's what we go after. Looks before brains, and that's just how it is.
I am so tired of having to dumb it down to keep guys around. I feel like I have to be like Laugh-A-Lot Barbie or Miss Silly to keep a guy interested. I've actually graduated now to not telling men that I'm a professor or therapist.
It is way more powerful for a woman to be beautiful than to have a degree. I pick my girlfriend's outfits out before we go out, and I like her to meet my expectations of how I want her to look when she goes out with me.
He will ask me to try on some stuff and take a photograph of it and send it to him in a text so that he can approve of it or not. When I look sexy, I get what I want.
I'm absolutely against using your body to get what you want. Why exploit your body to reach the top? Once you get there, what do you have to back it up? Nothing. You need a good education. Anybody can flaunt their body, but can you use your brain to get where you need to be in life?
Okay, now, London Ashley, where are you? Right
I'm here.
Okay, so what do you think about all of this? What's the bottom line?
Well, I'm actually pretty disgusted from some of the comments that I just saw on here, and I'm really disappointed in girls like Tiffany who are setting a bad example for the young African American girls that we have right now, and I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, okay, all right. So how do we get these young girls to not be influenced by the mindset of the reality television and do what London Ashley's talking about? I mean, she's paying her dues. She's getting her education. She's doing the things she needs to do.
Yeah, it's a great question because I believe that women do want to be smart and that we do want to have meaning in our lives, even women like Tiffany who are obsessed with reality shows. And the second half of my book is a step-by-step guide of how to get there. The most important thing is to create time in our lives to think.
Yeah, now, Louisa, you say that thinking too much is going to get you in trouble relationship-wise. Stand up, if you will, because you think you do have a problem with men getting intimidated.
Yeah, like I'm a college professor, and I totally have to dumb it down now because when guys find out how smart I am, they run scared, hiding away.
So you tell them you're what?
Oh, I tell guys that I'm a secretary or that I work in insurance just so that they think I'm cute and think I'm silly because that helps me like get them to like me more.
Really?
Yeah, it's fascinating. And they're like, oh, you're a college professor? Sometimes they're hot for teacher. And then when I know more about the food that's on the menu or the wine to pick, then they get afraid to like be themselves because I think I'm either analyzing them or educating them, and it doesn't work.
I don't necessarily think it's that men are intimidated by intelligent women. It's that men can be kind of insecure, and they approach a situation saying, all right, what do I have to offer here? I think you got to be who you are, and you just have to make sure they understand, look, I don't need you to buy my dinner. I don't need you to take me to the Bahamas. What I need is for you to companion me, for you to be in a relationship, so you to share with me. You have lots to offer. I just don't need the normal things that you might think are currency. All right, Kaya is here and says it's more important for women to be beautiful than to have a degree.
Yes.
All right, so you don't want smarts.
Well, I do find a smart woman absolutely beautiful, but what is the first impression? Most men are visual. I am absolutely visual. So we like a beautiful woman to present herself with her beauty first, and that is the calling card to attract us to find out how intelligent she is after that. You're gorgeous, okay? So you being gorgeous is going to help you sell your book. That's just the bottom line. You being gorgeous is going to help you be on the show. That's just the bottom line. For you to totally downplay yourself and then say, I'm going to sell 1 million books, it's just not going to happen.
All right, well, we're going to take a break, and I've got a guest coming back that you've seen before. She was controversial when she was here. She's self-admitted spoiled and entitled, and I'm talking about Josie. You'll remember her when you see her. We'll be right back.
I'm spoiled and entitled, and there's nothing wrong with that.
You said if a non-Jewish woman tries to steal my man, I would tell her she needs to know her place.
Absolutely.
Well, it didn't work because you said, quote, my ex left me for an Asian woman who looked like a sneaker soler from a third world sweatshop.
And a happy ending massage.
And later,
if they're in interracial relationships, I mean, can you understand how offensive that is to people?
Okay, Lisa, I read your book. I respect you as a lawyer.
Yeah, but what's the answer to what I'm
Because you don't
saying?
live like a very Jewish life.
Well, I'm not Jewish enough for you.
No, but you don't. Like, I went to.
So you're the self-appointed, like, Queen Jew.
now Josie's a former guest who admitted to being spoiled and entitled. Her behavior caused a firestorm on our message boards to the point that they nearly shut down. Take a look.
I'm Josie. I'm 28 years old, I'm spoiled and entitled, and there's nothing wrong with that.
She's a typical Jewish American princess, and she acts like one.
I'm determined to marry an A-list director, producer, who's tall, handsome, Jewish, professional, highly educated, and yes, who could open a couple doors to my career.
Your mother taught you that?
My mother always taught me since I'm tall, I'm good looking, I'm highly educated, that I deserve a man of my caliber. I deserve a guy who is the chief like you, Dr. Phil. Why shouldn't I?
Well, you're certainly modest.
So I don't have to put up with Miss Kelly Catrone.
Actually, I wouldn't let you clean my house. And here's the other bad news. For Hollywood at 27, honey, you're going to have a hard time finding an A-list director to marry you. You better get to the gym and get to the surgeon because you are not in the game.
I want to see what happened when Josie flew to New York to be Kelly's intern during a fashion shoot. Take a look.
Kelly Catrone, my favorite person.
Oh, really? That's funny.
I brought
How are
you flowers.
Okay, well, why don't we put them down and we'll do a gift exchange at the end of your
Oh, you have a
program.
gift for me, too?
Listen, I'm in the middle of a job, and I know you think you're funny and everything, but I don't find you so funny. Can you get a pen and take a drink order for us? I wanted a triple shot, non-fat soy latte with half
Hold
the
on
amount
1
of
second.
milk.
Triple shot.
The triple shot, non-fat soy latte.
And the Ruskies, cafe latte, no sugar.
They're like supermodels. They don't really want to be called Ruskies.
Really?
No.
Did you help them get their visas or no, Kelly?
I swear to God, if you don't do what you're asked to, you can just like stay outside. Because you've already taken way too much. Like we've done.
I'm sorry, it's my first time.
It's a coffee order.
Hey guys, bad news. The models, we're gonna pretend like it's the Soviet times. We only got 2 for the 3 of you, so it's okay. And then Kelly,
What are you talking about? You got 2 for the 3 of them.
Well, I accidentally only got 2 instead of 3.
So you have to go back and get another one.
No, it's okay. These are Soviet times.
No,
The Russians
first of
like
all,
to
I'm
share.
going to just tell you something. I've had enough of you. You're fired. Goodbye.
Oh, I'm fired already?
Yeah. Have a nice day.
Okay.
See you later.
Okay.
Have a good life.
I want Dr. Phil to talk to Kelly Catrone, and I want to walk away with something positive from this. This is why I wish I had a famous director husband, so I would be working and I wouldn't have to do anything. Have my own TV show, and I wouldn't have to answer to anybody, and nobody would open their mouth to me like that. And that's exactly why I want an A-list director.
I sent Lisa Bloom to meet with Josie for a very frank discussion. Let's see how that went.
Hi, Josie. Let me talk to you about what you've been doing since you appeared on Dr. Phil the last time, because you said you've made some changes in your life.
Yes.
What are the changes that you've made?
I currently have been working as a SAG actor, and I got hired as a correspondent for Russian news radio. I'm their LA correspondent.
I've done my homework on you. I watched the prior episodes that you were on. Do you mind if we take a look at some of the things that you said?
Sure.
Okay.
You said if a non-Jewish woman tries to steal my man, I would tell her she needs to know her place.
It's like the African American community. When their men hit the top and they are successful, they marry a white woman, and that's not fair. And same with the Jewish community. Our men, okay, calm down, people, calm down.
Well, it didn't work because you said, quote, my ex left me for an Asian woman who looked like a sneaker soler from a third world sweatshop.
And a happy ending massage, absolutely.
So let me pause it right there for a minute. Do you understand, now that you've had some time to think about it, why that would be offensive to a lot of people?
I know what I said was a little bit mean, and I have a lot of Asian friends, and nobody got offended.
I was offended.
I didn't say anything that was offensive. It was not rude. I don't think
So you stand by the comment that you made?
You know what, it's funny, after the director saw that on Dr. Phil, he actually broke up with his Asian girlfriend. And the rabbi says if you can help one person, that's like saving the world.
So you think you've actually helped somebody by making those comments?
Absolutely, he broke up with the Asian girlfriend. Before we go on, I'm just curious, is your husband Jewish?
I'm engaged and my boyfriend is Jewish, yes.
Okay, how about your first husband that you had your children with?
My children's father is Asian American, actually.
Oh, so that's why you take so much offense to the comment
No, I
that
take
said?
offense to the comments you make about African Americans. I take offense to the comments you make about Jews. I take offense to the comments you make about Asian Americans.
I find it a little bit insulting when you're telling me that that you're putting words into my mouth.
You don't speak for all Jews, right? You speak for yourself.
Well, I speak on behalf of the Russian Jewish community.
So has some group anointed you as the leader of Jews or Russian Jewish women, or have you just assumed that role yourself?
I'm speaking on behalf of my community, and our Jewish community is facing an issue with the Jewish men marrying outside their faith, and I don't think it's wrong that I brought the truth to Dr. Phil.
What are you looking for in a husband?
I want to marry somebody that I'm attracted to, a man that's over 6 feet tall, a man that is successful.
And they could help your career, you've said that.
See, Lisa, honestly, in Hollywood, it's very hard to get in. You're very lucky that your mother is a high-profile, celebrity attorney, and you've been given an opportunity, I'm sure, through your mother to open the gate.
When you talk about the men, you talk about what they can do for you, how they can help your career. What have you done to develop yourself?
When a man sees Josie Goldberg, I don't want him to sit and say, she has a master's degree, her dad is a successful real estate developer.
How about she's kind?
But
how about she's intelligent?
But he's gonna know those things about me because...
But I haven't heard you talk about any of those qualities.
Lisa, I'm only 28.
But the question is, what do you choose to put out there?
I choose whatever works, Lisa. My boobs are like my best asset.
Do you mean that literally?
Yes, I was born with nice boobs.
Why don't you have more confidence in your intelligence?
Because I don't feel like that's my selling point. I wish 6 months ago I would have gotten my reality show, made $20 million a year, been on every magazine and got
So you know people don't make $20 million on reality shows, right?
Well, I would have because I'm successful at what I do. But
you do. Because I've actually represented a lot of clients who are on reality shows. A, you don't make much money. B, it tends to present a very negative image of you. And C, when you're done, then what do you have?
I just spent an hour and a half with Lisa Bloom. She's very much a feminist. I believe in being a feminist sometimes, but I also believe that this is a man's world. For a woman to be happy, you need to have a man who will call the shots and say, get in the kitchen and make me some food. And women need a man who can take control.
Well, Lisa is preaching the gospel from her new book, Think, Straight Talk for Women to Stay Smart in a Dumbed Down World. And obviously, she feels like she's kind of running uphill here. So we're going to talk to Lisa and Josie and recap their visit when we return. Now, has Josie really changed anything since she's been on the show before, or is she still in the same place? We'll see when we come back.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil.
Claude has cheated on me about 10 times.
She won't walk away, but her man...
I can walk off the stage right now.
Have at it.
...has no problem leaving. That's tomorrow.
Closed captioning provided by... If you would like to purchase a tape or transcripts of your favorite Dr. Phil show, please log on to drphil.com or call 866-4-DR-PHIL. That's 866-437-7445. 866-437-7445. Well, after meeting with Josie, Lisa Bloom says that Josie wants to be rich and famous without actually doing anything. What do you mean by that, Lisa?
Well, Josie hasn't developed any skills that are going to see her through. Yes, you might be able to get on a reality show or get a bit part on some movie or television show, but what happens after that? These are only short-term goals. You have the whole rest of your life ahead of you. And I think you're an intelligent young woman, by the way, after talking to you for a couple of hours. I think you should develop your mind, develop yourself into being a full human being, not just your outside, not just your appearance.
Well, I read Lisa Bloom's book, and I've done some research, and you were born with looks brains and connections. So for you, you kind of had a path. But for other women, like they were talking about the Kardashians, you know, the Kardashians, if she was born with a nice, big, juicy butt, and she could make a sex tape, that's the best she could do, Dr. Phil. And I think that the women out there, they have to use whatever God gave them and go ahead.
This is a myth a lot of people have, is that you're born smart and that's all you got. When the fact is, it's a muscle like anything else, and you can develop it by using your mind. I know you read books. I appreciate that you read my book and you read another book that we talked about. So I know you're a reader.
Yeah, Lisa.
I know you have the drive, and I know you have the intelligence. And I'm not saying you shouldn't look nice. We all want to look nice. The question is, what else do you got?
Lisa does deserve to have her book out, to be on Dr. Phil, to lead these shows. But there's a lot of people who went to UCLA, Harvard, and Yale who are just as qualified. But she has the opportunity where her mother gave her some kind of chance.
Well, actually, I think that's actually very insulting.
Why is that insulting?
Because I think Lisa is very accomplished in her own right, and she is one of the hardest working women you will ever find. Nobody gave her anything. But the point is, she's saying, what else do you have? You say, well, I didn't get treated fairly by Kelly. And I don't know if you were doing that stuff on purpose or what, but your conduct and behavior when we had you in New York with Kelly was outrageously incompetent. It was outrageously incompetent. You refer to these supermodels as Ruskies. You say, we're on the Soviet plan. I just brought 2 for the 3 to share. That's insulting to her clients. And you're like, well, gee, she just wasn't fair to me. That was outrageous. Then you sit down and you insult virtually every ethnic group that I could think of.
Okay, if I offended the Asian community...
You did?
Okay, I'm very sorry, and
You offended the African-American community, the Jewish community, and the Asian community.
Who in the Jewish community or the African-American community have I offended? A lot of African-American women, some are for what I said, and some are against, but
People
that's
who
what...
are in interracial relationships. You said that Jews are denying the Holocaust. If they're
Jews are denying...
That's what you said. We have it on tape. If they're in interracial relationships. I mean, can you understand how offensive that is to people?
Okay, Lisa, I read your book. I did research on you and your mother. I respect you as a lawyer.
Okay, but what's the answer to what I'm
saying? Because you don't live like a very Jewish life,
What's
Lisa.
the answer
your
to
first
what I'm
husband
saying?
Because you're not Yiddish, Lisa. You don't have that...
I'm not Jewish enough for you.
No, but you don't... like, I went to...
So you're the self-appointed, like, Queen Jew.
No, I'm not saying that, but I went to New York and Miami over the holiday, and people would come up to me who have a fully ethnic Jewish family, and they said, you said exactly the truth, and we are proud of you, and the rabbis gave me their blessing. And you know what? If it offends some people, I'm sorry, but that's how the Jewish community thinks. We want to marry our own, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I hope the Asian community can forgive me. However, I did not offend the African-American community. I said everything what I meant. I didn't offend the Jewish community, and I stand on my words.
I'm Jewish.
I'm not Jewish enough for you, but I am children's father is black.
Yeah, like my mother. My mother is married to a Jewish man, and she's been married for 35 years.
And your mother who laughs at the things that you say is pretty disgraceful, too.
Don't judge me. Don't say that the things that I want
You're
to
laughing
say.
at everything that she's saying.
What did you want to say?
And doing, her actions.
Please.
What did you want to say?
I'm married to my Jewish husband, and I live traditional Jewish life. And I raised my children exactly the same way. If my daughter offends somebody who doesn't follow Jewish traditions and live their own way, that's their choice. But I want my children to live, and I don't mean to offend anybody. And she feels the same way.
Okay, but
Lisa.
racism is not a Jewish value. Right.
But Lisa, are you calling me a racist?
I believe
you
in
just
apologize.
I didn't apologize for being a racist. I said I apologize if I said. Are you calling me a racist? You're a lawyer.
The comments that you made about Asian Americans and people who are interracial. Do you want an answer to your question? The comments that you made about Asian Americans and people who are in interracial relationships absolutely are racist comments. To say that an Asian woman is a sneaker seller or a prostitute, absolutely.
Lisa, I'm not talking about your daughter. I know that you think it's a little bit sensitive because your kids are half Asian, but I'm not talking about your daughter.
You know I've been a civil rights lawyer for 25 years,
and you're a
right?
lawyer. You can't call somebody a racist for giving an opinion. So, you know what? I just...
Dr.
Where's that?
Right.
You know,
We're going to take a break. Some advice for Josie from a wealthy man in Hollywood. We'll be right back. DrPhil.com, brought to you in part by...
Activon, powered powerful pain relief.
Activon for joint pain, muscle pain, arthritis, and backache.
Activon, powerful pain relief.
Activon, powerful pain relief.
Travel consideration provided by...
Freshening breath? That's easy. Keeping teeth strong? That's tough. So our dentist recommended ACT.
ACT mouthwash restores enamel and makes teeth up to 2 times stronger. ACT. Stronger teeth and fresher breath in every bottle.
Lisa Bloom's fiance, Braden Pollock, is too modest to say this, but I'll say it. He's a highly successful Jewish man who would be a perfect prototype, maybe a bit younger for someone like Josie. What do you think about her attitude and strategy in Hollywood and in life?
I don't think it's a good strategy. Josie, you need to be what you want to attract. A successful man is looking for an equal. He's looking for a partner. He's looking for someone to share his ideas with. He's not looking for someone to take care of. You know what strikes me is your perspective. You think this show and Lisa's book is about you, and it's not. Actually, it's quite the opposite. It's about not being like you. Now, Lisa's book is about teaching women how to think, how to be self-sufficient, not rely on the eventual man that may or may not show up. And even if that rich guy does show up, it may not last, and then where will you be?
You are not a real man. You are looking for a woman who can offer you something, okay? Wow. So she is more successful than you. So I would take Lisa too. If I was a man, I would take Lisa for my brother. Now this is somebody I would take.
Joey, would you mind to join this conversation here?
Sure.
What do you, you're friends with Braden, right?
I am.
And what do you do for a living?
I've worked in film, and I've met girls like Josie before. I mean, I come from a Jewish family too, and I have the family that's married Jewish, married Jewish, married Jewish. But I've kind of now I'll be happy if I marry somebody I fall in love with, you know?
How old are you?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm 39.
Okay, 39. There's
39.
something wrong if you haven't been picked up the market. 39 years old and never been married. In issues here, Dr. Phil.
Okay. All right, Braden, you said you wanted to respond. What do you want to say?
First of all,
and these are friends. And what is this, Dr. Phil? Bring me a 6'3" Spielberg, somebody who can. I'm a big woman.
But do they?
Little
But do
men
they
don't
want?
like me,
Do
right,
they want
Tiffany?
you, Josie?
Okay.
That's the question. What are you bringing to the table?
You're taking a woman with 2 kids and you're a little bit older, but I'm still a young woman. I'm 28 years old and I have a lot of things to learn, and maybe I'll fail and maybe I'll succeed, but that's me. And you know what? I am gonna try my hardest to find a 6'3" Ashkenazi Jewish director. And Dr. Phil, we're gonna be eating lunch together with my husband because already my new producers are very good friends with you. So you can laugh all you want, Dr. Phil, but I might be coming to your house for a dinner party soon, so. So keep And Tiffany, if I get my reality show, I'm gonna bring you on because you're a beautiful woman.
I will say
Thank
this.
You deserve it, girl.
I will say this. Okay, I will say this. You can work more insults into a sentence or paragraph than just about anybody I know.
You've insulted me this whole time. Insults.
You know how some women get into this mindset,
Yeah.
true?
Well, I think we've become dazzled by reality shows and tabloid media because, look, there are very attractive, pretty women with beautiful clothes, and we all want to watch that initially. But I think it really distorts our mind and, frankly, lowers our IQ to think that that's a goal in life instead of having a meaningful life, instead of listening. For example, if you want a successful Jewish man, listening to the successful Jewish men who are here, who have something to teach you.
I think you could do better, honestly.
Who
He's
have
your
something to
fiance.
teach
I
you.
think you could.
Please don't insult my man. It's one thing to insult me. Don't insult my man. I know you think it's funny. I know you think it's funny to insult everyone, but you're an attorney.
Lisa, you're an attorney. You're taking somebody with no higher degree. You're an attorney from Yale who has her own show on CNN.
He has a higher degree.
Where's his degrees? Let's hear your credentials.
You said you had 2 master's degrees. In fact, that's not true, is it?
What do I have? Did you do research on me?
You said you had 2 master's degrees.
I had a bachelor's degree from Loyola Marymount.
So that wasn't true
And
when you told that
well,
to
yeah,
me.
I'm kind of almost done. There's some kind of problems, but almost. But Lisa, honestly, like I would take you too if I was a man. I think you're a really good catch.
Okay, well, I'm not available, Josie.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And I would take Dr. Phil, but he's off the
We're
market
talking
too.
about Lisa has a very thought-provoking book. It's called Think, Straight Talk for Women to Stay Smart in a Dumbed-Down World. It is a compelling read. We'll be right back. You can always stop by drphil.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There you'll discover more on today's show and learn life strategies. I want to thank all of my guests today, and especially Lisa Bloom. You can find her at thebloomfirm.com, and she is author of Think, Straight Talk for Women to Stay Smart in a Dumbed-Down World. Now, this is in bookstores on June 1st, and everybody in the audience is going to get a free copy of Lisa's book. And let me say, if you are a woman in this world or you have a daughter coming up in this world, you want to get a copy for you, a copy for her. You want to tag everything, put it on the nightstand so you guys can discuss it. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're going to read this, your daughter's going to read this, and you guys are going to have some conversations that are long overdue about focus in this world. It is thought-provoking. Also, thanks to the Paget Communications for their Paget gadgets that were used by the audience members earlier. Thanks for being here. So long. Thanks, Blake. Good to meet you, man. Thanks, guys. I want to thank all of my guests today, and especially Lisa Bloom. You can find her at thebloomfirm.com, and she is author of Think, Straight Talk for Women to Stay Smart in a Dumbed-Down World. Now, this is in bookstores on June 1st, and everybody in the audience is going to get a free copy of Lisa's book. And let me say, if you are a woman in this world or you have a daughter coming up in this world, you want to get a copy for you, a copy for her. You want to tag everything, put it on the nightstand so you guys can discuss it. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're going to read this, your daughter's going to read this, and you guys are going to have some conversations that are long overdue about focus in this world. It is thought-provoking. Also, thanks to the Paget Communications for their Paget gadgets that were used by the audience members earlier. Thanks for being here. So long. Thanks, Blake. Good to meet you, man. Thanks, guys. See you. Bye-bye. Something else.